Welcome back to our Anno 1800 expert campaign. To be precise, we actually just finished the campaign in the last episode, right? The main storyline of the campaign we have finished, and then Bright Sand has been given back to us, as it should, rightfully so, right? It was completely in ruin, and many of you guessed it in the last episode, at the end of the last episode, when I asked, what are we going to do here? We're going to do the 2 tiers of population that were still missing and a lot of those monuments. So we're gonna do all of the tourists. You can see the hotels over here in the background. And we're also going to do the scholars. I'm also going to take this opportunity to put a lot of the nice monuments. And we can also try to make the city a bit beautiful. You know, there are trees, flowers. We can put, fountains and those type of things. I'm not saying this is going to be perfect beauty building. You know me, I don't love doing that. But we're gonna do something that looks a bit more different. So yes, as you can see, we're going to have a lot of hotels around Main Street, and then we're gonna have a lot of scholars everywhere else. For the tourist, you basically need to build a public mooring, and then you upgrade that public mooring, there's a small button over here, into tourist mooring. This enables tourists to start coming, but this also continues...
How about a power umbrella for rain or shine? Goodness knows I could use such a thing.
But by the way, this continues to still give you money based on your attractiveness and visitors. So yes, we've built our first hotel over here. There's gonna be a lot of different needs. Some that are old, like the bread, and some that are completely new, like the jam. Same for happiness, there's gonna be quite a few things. Lifestyle need too. So, we're gonna need to build all of this. Now, in the middle over here, I'm going to build a research institute. We actually already started the second phase over here, which requires 120 of cement and 150 of bricks. So this is ongoing, this will start. Then we're going to do over here the World Fair Foundation. We haven't done that building either. Then over here we'll put the airship platform. And then last but not least, at the end, we can put the Eiffel Tower, right? The Iron Tower to the end. So that would be, I think, a pretty cool, main street. So let me build that a bit more and I'll see you in a second. Okay, phase 2 is completed. We can move to phase 3. 120 windows, 120 reinforced concrete, 150 steel beams, so quite a bit of resources, also 1000 engineers. So it's important to either make it on your island where you have a lot, or to put a commuter pier like I did over here. And done! We have finished the third phase. So let's unveil this beautiful building that looks exactly like the picture we had at the beginning.
You did it! This was forever my dream, and now you made it true. Imagine now how the world shall join hands in research.
Now we do need something, we need electricity. So for now I did something very basic. We have the small harbor just next to it. We have one oil power plant just in range, and that should get it started. Can make this a bit prettier in the future, but yeah, now at least this is working. So clicking on it, we can do a lot of different things. We can do major discoveries, things like campus extension permit. This is how we're going to be able to build scholar residence in the future. Great Eastern permit. With this we can build Great Easterns. It's one of the biggest ships ever. Pier upgrade permit to upgrade piers, as it says. Mover clay deposit, mover oil spring, change deposit, change fertility, change the fertility for an island. That can be super useful, of course. And even some productions from the new world, like coffee, rum, or cotton, that now you can make in the old world. But that's not what we're gonna do right away. What I want to do is actually item development. The problem is we just need to find them first. In particular, I'd love to be able to make Dario, the mechanical engineer, also Angela, that you cannot buy anywhere. You have to either research it or find it in one of those things where you have to be quite lucky. The good thing is I already have Bruno. Thanks to the Grand Gallery. Given that I've done so many scenarios, gotten all of the gold medals, etc., don't hesitate to check on my channel if you missed this. I have a lot of golden tickets. With those golden tickets, you can buy some of those items like Bruno. Once you have done that, just click on Call Paloma over here, and she will bring the items into your grand trading post. So now I've been able to put Bruno already into this one. This is my stamp for bicycle factories. Yes, we're gonna do bicycle. Yes, we're gonna use Dockland. Yes, that's gonna be OP. While up until now, we've basically played the game in a normal mode, right? We have small items, we have electricity, those type of things. And yes, we've done things like no population island, where you can push the productivity without problem. But now we're gonna push it even further. we're basically going to make tons of resources almost for free thanks to DOCKLAND. And the goal is that with this, we can feed a lot of our tourists, a lot of our scholars, things like this. We're not there yet, but I wanted to show you why, having the research institute can be really great. Now we do have a problem is that we don't have any scholars, so we're not making any research points right now.
How can the scholar Mihorani not appreciate this life?
So we are not there yet, but we're making progress. So as promised, I've started to build DOCKLAND, expanding it slowly but surely. To expand it, actually, I do suggest that as soon as you can, build a couple. So I have also one over here on Ditchwater, and I also have another one on my main capital. Because in each of them, you can build a number of export offices. Those export offices, which enable you to do contract like this, are limited basically by the number of slots that you have already unlocked. So at the beginning, you have very few, and then now you can see I have a few more, so that's great, but not all of them yet. The other thing is that at the beginning, most of these, in terms of what you can import, are locked. They're locked behind specific conditions. For example, you can see this one, the clay pite. This will be unlocked once I have imported 1000 of coffee. So I'm going to make some trades, to get coffee. For example, this one over here. So for example, over here, I'm going to exchange 600 of steam motors against more than 1200 of coffee. And therefore, that should unlock this right away. We can see it in a second because Captain Tobias is arriving. He comes every 20 minutes. But then there is also the time that it takes for him to unload resources and load new one, and also the time that it takes for him to go, to the end of the map. It's not exactly 20 minutes basically. So it's done, but we didn't unlock it. We only exchanged 48 because I forgot that I already had tons of coffee inside the island. My stock, you can't go above your stock. I already have basically my island full of coffee, so it didn't exchange much. So that was basically a waste. I'm gonna need to do it again. But yeah, that was just to show you that many of them will be unlocked once you start importing a specific quantity of specific good. Another one is over here, for example, the wood veneer. You need 1503 of cotton fabric. But there's also a different one, for example, this light bulb over here. You need to have 27 import-export contract going. They actually need to be working. It's if I do, for example, over here, I have 18, right? If I do this, now I only have 17. So you need quite a few, and that's why it's good to have 3 different DOCKLANDs potentially, or even more. But as you can see, I've already unlocked quite a few. We have all of these, all of these, all of these, and we're almost done for the last few. Now, you don't have all of the goods. For example, in terms of material, you have the timber, but that's the only one, if I'm not mistaken. You don't have the bricks, you don't have the windows, all those type of things. There are mods, of course, to change that, but we're playing without mods here, remember. But yeah, we're almost there, so this is very good. Yes, I am escorting a shark. You saw it, right? You saw it first on this channel. Yeah, it is. This is part of the DOCKLAND quest if you haven't seen it before.
Shall we?
It's gonna get attacked, so I'm here to defend it. And at the same time, I'm also going to escort the tourist. So yeah, that's my new job now. I'm not building stuff. Take the tourist to the Silver Tower liner. Another ship over here. Oh, which has a lot of dolphins. Cool. Is it dolphins? Or maybe tuna. I don't know. Put it in the comments below.
I didn't see much of the pleasure decks. I was too busy lounging and eating in the restaurant.
Oh, that's a good life you have. Can I come? Okay, ladies and gents, I'm not gonna lie. A few more hours have passed. A few more and a few more. But we've made some great progress. We are now providing basically all of the lifestyle need across the new world and the old world, including for my new tourists. And yeah, okay, for the tourists, I actually didn't build all of them because that was just too much. We only built a couple, but that was enough. That was enough to unlock everything. We also built, the Eiffel Tower over here. We built the World Fair. I have everything ready to go for the video now. So let's go. Let's start with the World Fair because it's taking 2000 engineers and that's a lot of engineers. Let's finish it. Oh, magnificent building. There it is.
Snag the market then, eh?
Love it. And so now we can do quite a few things, including, if you missed it, for the 25th Anno anniversary, it requires those investors to be on the same island. So that's the problem. We can't do it. But yeah, what a beautiful building. All of my tourists going
Pull
around.
up your braces
You know, this is a
and
busy
thrust
town. This is a
into
busy
the
town.
unknown.
Maybe they're going to the museum over here to see the spear of Selamawi. Or maybe they're going to my great zoo over here with a mix of... There's a balloon fish that probably nobody cares about. There's some impala from Africa, some wilder beasts, but also some bears. And most importantly, in the middle, the white peacock. You know, we can't miss the white peacock. So yeah, let's continue, go past a research institute to the Iron Tower. The Iron Tower is ready to be finalized. There is, by the way, an hotel just
Every
in front
bit
of
the
it
peaceful
because the
paradise
queen,
I'd dreamt.
right? The queen needed an hotel just for her. You may remember in the last episode, I made her stay in this small content farmer house on Ditchwater. And she didn't seem to like it. So I mean, this time I went all out. She has a hotel and it's a private hotel. You know, there's a forest around to protect her. But yeah, let's finish this Iron Tower. Obviously, this whole thing costed a lot of resources, like normal concrete, etc. But not too hard. And done. Now, the queen should arrive. Look, she's coming. She's coming.
Oh, the
Where are you?
ingenuity, the intricacy, the sheer daring of it. We looked to the skies and claimed them for our own, that all may know, look upon our works and praise the Empire.
Praise the Empire.
At last, the moment of truth.
Let's
Oh,
follow
look!
her.
Yon to the horizon! The royal airship is approaching. Let us strike up the fanfare.
Yeah! It's a beautiful one.
I do not forget the sacrifice of these sailors on my account.
What sacrifice? What's she talking about? We can see the island over here. There's a lot of orchards for jam in the front of the island. Still a lot of space over here. But yeah, we're arriving. What a magnificent sight.
We're only waiting for you to come to the ceremony.
Oh,
Do you really want to make your queen wait?
well, I'm sorry, my queen. I'm sorry. Here I am. Enjoy the royal parade. But where are
What
you?
a splendid venue. The perfect shrine for this momentous occasion. Let the inauguration begin.
Begin! Where's the queen?
What an
there.
occasion! The splendor.
Pray, commemorate the moment. Let all future times remember this instant.
I don't know where she is. Here it is, the inauguration of my beautiful iconic tower.
Perhaps it is time to open the banquet. We do start to feel peckish. Tell us, what have you concocted to honor this grand occasion?
It is a big banquet, I can tell you, my queen. By the way, for any of these missions, if you're not sure what to choose, don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below. There's also a big wiki that has all of the answers. I'll put it in the description below. But basically, in this case, I've only unlocked one, so that's gonna be easy. And here, the Trifle Tower.
Seldom have we eaten so well. Improvements could be made, certainly, but that dessert, a marvel indeed.
Oh, thank you. A marvelous dessert.
It is our pleasure and honor to declare this restaurant open. Let all savor the splendorous dishes concocted here. Pray provide us with some cloth. No questions. It is to be a surprise, a reward.
Do you want some clothes? Okay.
The
But yeah,
quality is exceptional, naturally. And
Of
now,
course.
fresh off the looms, our tribute. Our thanks for your service, your diligence, and your loyalty. Now, count to 3. 1, 2, and 3. Unveil the surprise, dear subject.
no, I'm actually going to stop for a second. If you click on the Iron Tower, you can actually select the recipe book and see the Trifle Tower. You know, this is similar to all of the restaurants and bars. You can select one of those recipes and it will help you. In this case, to be honest, doesn't help that much because I don't have a lot of houses around and things like this, but it's there if you need it.
Make a reservation, Jemima. We're dining out tonight.
And you can use tourists, by the way, to increase the
A
range,
fitting
as
tribute
you
to
can
the
see.
architect of such masterful works. This city, its glories and triumphs. The world deserves to know your quality, my loyal servant. The highest of all.
So if you go on the tower over here, you can change the skin to be a normal one or a decorated one. Obviously, a decorated one is a lot better. I think
I'm
we all
thinking
agree.
of putting on a small dancing review. I'm quite the confident... Is it supposed to be a likeness of Her Majesty's sovereign head? God save the poor girl if her face looks that flashy.
But yeah, more importantly, looking at any of these hotels over here, you can see their needs are pretty well supported, right? Of course, we have the tourist mooring, we're providing bread from my capital, we have the variety theaters, they're over
The
here.
non-aggression pact has ended.
Then we have the restaurant, the cafe, and the bar I'll show you in a second, the jam, the shampoo, and the only thing we haven't gotten yet is the Iron Tower that we just started over here, right? Now, I need to actually give all of those resources. But we've also done all of the happiness needs, right? Look over here. We have the fur coat providing a lot of money and happiness, jewelry, lemonade, and souvenirs, a lot of new buildings. Plus over here, as we saw before, the zoo, DOCKLAND, museum, botanical garden, palace, the World Fair. The only thing we're missing is the Skyline Tower. But, you know, we're definitely in a good happiness spot right now. And last but not least, lifestyle need, providing everything that is unlocked. The only one we are not giving is because we haven't unlocked yet. But we're giving some mezcal, some ice cream, bombine, gramophones, and perfume. All of this is provided. So there was indeed a couple of new buildings between this restaurant, the bar, and the cafe over here. These are 3 different buildings which consume tourists instead of consuming workers or farmers, etc. They consume tourists. They each have a recipe book, which at the beginning you may only have one, and then you can unlock multiple. By the way, usually when you look at it, it tells you a bit what to do. Perhaps if you build another airship, you could fly in some recipe from the Arctic, right? So this is how we can unlock this one, because anyway it requires something from the Arctic. But yes, you select a recipe, it will have some bonuses. For example, all old world residents plus 1 happiness. The consumption of canned food, bread, and coffee is decreased, right? So you have those bonuses. And then we have the same over here for the cafe and for the bar, right? So that's all good. And then we have 3 completely new production, which is the chemical plant for shampoo, chemical plant for lemonade, and chemical plant for souvenirs. So this obviously requires a lot of resources that we were already making, but we weren't making enough. For example, I had to increase all of my citrus, I had to increase my camphor. Cinnamon we were actually not making, so I had to make a new island just for that. And it seems we're low on coconut oil right now, but I can guarantee you we're producing enough. I can actually show you coconut oil over here. See, we're producing enough, but just enough actually. Why is it 0%? Oh, this is full. So I don't have enough ships on this, I think. Let's see. Oh, there is only 1 here. That's not enough. Let's put 3. That's the problem. Okay, fixed. But yeah, those 3 new buildings are done. And, you know, all of this, as I said, requires quite a lot. So we had to increase our resources that we're producing. But I'm also using for the first time DOCKLAND. In the beginning of the episode, we started to unlock things. Now we've unlocked all of the slots over here, so we have a lot of different ones. And I'm basically using the Bruno trick. And I only have Bruno, I don't even have any other, and that's already super powerful, right? I have plus 50% productivity, and I'm making advanced weapon and steam motor for free. But it is not just this, right? It's also the fact that we're using this pyramid over here. My penny farthing are not at the top yet, but they're gonna get there soon. You can see the export volume is 4,000 out of 7,000. As soon as I export 7,000, then I'll get to level 1. And this gives you bonuses where the higher you are, the better the exchange ratio that you get is. For example, right now, giving 3,000 bicycle gives me almost 2,100 steel. If I get to level 1, this will be probably like 300 will give me 2,500, for example, right? So it's a lot better. But what I wanted to show you is this trick over here, where if I give 300 penny farthing, I get more than 2,000 steel, right? Then I also give 300 of bicycle to get the caoutchouc, right? And I get again more than 2,000. So basically I give 600 bicycle, I get the resources to make more than 2,000 bicycle. So I have a profit, if you wish, like, so basically for free, I get 1,400 bicycle, which then I can sell to get everything else that I need, like bananas or fur coats or jewelry. But even more than this, remember that we're getting advanced weapons and steam water for free. So now I can also sell those ones. So this is basically completely OP, right? This is what a lot of the min-maxers use. In this case, I'm not really making it OP, right? Because I'm just using it for this island. And as you saw, I'm not even really using it. I'm just using it to get a bit of potatoes, a bit of pig, those type of things, which is what's necessary for those productions over here or what's required for my hotels, basically. Then on top of this, I also finalize over here my lifestyle need, right? We're giving now the sugar, we're giving the jam, we're giving the herbs, all of this. We're only missing the hibiscus petals because remember, I don't have any island in Mbesa with that fertility.
Oh, you talk of the privileged.
And similarly for my workers over here, they're getting it all. They have it all, including the clay pipes. I'm actually getting them from DOCKLAND. Everything else we're getting through normal production, including the hot sauce. I have started hot sauce not in Mbesa, but actually I have started it on Manor. In the hacienda, you can have the factory to make the hot sauce, and you can have the farm to have the spice. So that's what I started over here. So yeah, I know this is not the most beautiful island ever, but what a step forward, right? In one episode, we did everything necessary for the tourist, and we started to give a lot more lifestyle need to our people. Now the next episode is gonna be a big one because I want to go back to war. So smash the like button, tell me in the comments below if you have any questions, also thoughts or requests, and I hope to see you next time.